Hey everyone, happy Monster Monday. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today I am reviewing the Universal Monsters Frankenstein figure from NECA Toys. I would like to thank NECA for providing both these figures for review. Greatly appreciate that. These figures are inspired from the 1931 classic Frankenstein film starring Boris Karloff in one of his most memorable roles of all time, as you know, Frankenstein. There are two versions of the figure offered, one in black and white and one in color. The one in color comes in the more colored packaging, and they really did a nice job on this artwork and everything. It's inspired from the original movie poster. And the black and white one comes in that black packaging there with the red face of Frankenstein and the white and red text below that. So, showing you guys top of the packaging, you see the significant differences even on there. And turning it to the side, there's even a bit of difference between the sides of the figures, different poses, different head sculpts used. And here's a look at the other side. And of course, the back of the packaging gives you a look at figure in multiple poses, all three head sculpts, multiple hands, and he's posed differently on the back of the box between these two releases. Here's a look at the opening flap. The opening flap on both these figures are also different. So you're going to see Frankenstein with a different head and a different pose. However, in the plastic tray, they are packaged in the exact same way with the heads up there, the hands up at the bottom there, and the accessories below that as well. And here's a look at Frankenstein in coloring. You also see the difference between the picture on the opening flap there, the two different ways that Frankenstein's posed. However, like I said, in the plastic tray, he is positioned in the exact same way there. So what I'm going to do now is open these up and let's take a closer look. Here's your in-hand look at both versions of NECA's Ultimate Frankenstein figure, featuring the likeness of Boris Karloff. The figure is offered in two different versions. One is in color, the other one is in black and white. And as you can see, NECA has done really a phenomenal job painting these and making these really screen accurate as much as possible. In the initial film, it was in black and white. So on that figure, you see a light gray skin tone with a little bit of a dark gray wash over it. He's also in a dark gray outfit with a black shirt. There's also a wash over the jacket and the pants there, which came out just phenomenally well. Turning him to the side, you see a lot of these really good washes on the arms and everything. For the skin tone, you also see the wash on his hands there, including the stitches, which you see better on the colored version, as that is painted a little bit in red where it's stitched. You really can't see it on well as the black and white figure. And turning him around, that's a look at the back there. Later on, the movie was colorized, and that is what this figure is based off of. The skin tone was always depicted as supposed to be green in the film, so getting this one is really dream come true, and I think they did a phenomenal job on it. He's painted in a very light green skin tone with a wash over it, and you see all those great details there, the scar on the forehead with a little bit of red deco indicating the stitches and the blood there, which is something that it's a little bit harder to see on the black and white version. It just looks like a mark on the forehead. Now, turning him to the side, you see the stitches on the wrists a little bit better, as you also see the blood as well, painted in red. There's also a little bit of metallic silver where you see the stitches, and you should be able to see that on camera as well. There's a look at the other side. And his outfit is painted in black with a little bit of a wash over it. So you see the significant differences between the outfits there. And of course, turning him to the back, Giving you guys a look at there. You definitely see the wash from the back as well. There's a closer look at the wrists and the hands that I was talking about. You see on the green, you see the red and the metallic silver stitches on there. But the black and white figure, it's just really the metallic silver deco. You don't see any blood on there. And it's the same thing on the black and white. On the other side. So there's your comparison to that. Here's a closer look at the head sculpts. As you can see, they're both done so phenomenally well. The deco and everything about it is just really perfect. What I want to show you on the side here are the bolts. So you see the one that's colored. There's a little bit of blood around the bolt there, which is something that you don't see on the black and white version. And it's the same thing on the other side. Here's a look at the second of the 3 alternate head sculpts. On this one here, he has an open mouth and very nicely done facial details. I really like how this came out. On both of these, the head sculpts are exactly the same. However, they are just painted differently. One is in the light green, as is the rest of the skin tone, and the other one is depicted in the black and white. The interior of the mouth, very nicely done. On the colored one, you see a little bit of the tongue, things like that, and painted red, and you see as white teeth. On the black and white one, you also see the white teeth, but it looks like there's a little bit of a wash on them, and the interior of the mouth is painted in black. Here are the figures in a different pose. They're also fully articulated, and for a breakdown of the articulation, check out the written portion of the review on toyhypeusa.com. As I was saying, the head sculpts are just phenomenally done. I particularly love this one. It's really my favorite, and I think they did a really good job on it. Frankenstein also includes shackles, which are connected to his wrists here, but first you have to remove the hands to place them on. These are also painted differently between the 2 versions. The one in black and white comes with shackles that are in gray, while the one in color comes with more of a rusted color one with a really nicely done paint wash on there. These are real chain links, and I think they did a really good job on these. So you could see the real chain links on there. Very nicely done, sculpted, and especially on the one in color, great paint applications. Here's a look at Frankenstein's third and final head sculpt. This one has a bit of a smirk on his face, and you see how the mouth is sculpted on this particular one. Very nice facial details, definitely as good as the other 2. On this one, you get to see some of the interiors of the mouth, including the tongue, things like that. But just like the other one, it's painted a little bit of red inside the one that's colored, and light gray inside the black and white version there. Frankenstein also comes with a pair of daisies, which you see here. One of them has 2 flowers, while the other one has 1, and they're also colored differently depending on which version it is. The one that's in color has a yellow flower in the center, white around it, and a green stem. The one that's in black and white has a light gray flower at the center, white, and then a light gray stem. These are very nicely done, and I'm really happy they included this accessory. In the film, there's a particular scene where Frankenstein stops and smells the flowers. I think a little girl hands him a flower, and he takes a moment to sniff it. And in that scene, you see a much more calmer side of him, which is pretty neat. Here's a look at Frankenstein literally stopping to smell the flowers. This is a great addition to the set, and they did a really nice job on it. Overall, these Frankenstein figures are definitely worthy to add to your NECA horror collection. They did a phenomenal job on these, and I, for one, can't wait to see what they do next. The likeness is just so remarkably done, and from head to toe. And again, pick it up. You won't regret it. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks again to NECA Toys for providing these for review. Greatly appreciate that. These are starting to ship now, so you can pick them up in stores or order them online. Where to purchase? Check out ToyHypeUSA.com, the written portion and photo gallery of this review. You will see where to purchase on the bottom there, so click off one of those links and buy these and other figures. Thanks so much, and stay tuned for more coverage.